What's up, guys? Today we're taking a look at this knife. This is a very special one. This is a Reeves Umnumzaan. I absolutely love the Umnumzaan. Take a look at this. Oh yeah, I love the look of this knife. It's a very straightforward design with that Tanto blade. I had a Sabenza a while back, and I tried out the Umnumzaan at Blade Show, and I decided that the Umnumzaan is the correct Chris Reeve knife for me. I thought it was just really comfy and it fit with my hand really well, and definitely the one that I like the most. So here I'm checking it out, showing you guys the Umnumzaan. This is an all USA knife made by Chris Reeve Knives in Idaho. Idaho made, as you can see there. This particular one's pretty worn. As you can see there, it has a pretty worn pocket clip. This has an aftermarket clip. It's a purple RGT. I believe is who makes it. It's a titanium clip that somebody added on here, but they anodized it purple, which is kind of cool. This is a very nice pattern with this kind of cross hatching on the titanium. Really nice. I definitely like this better than the plain version. I like this texturing. It's really nice, not sharp at all. It means nice. It's good grip. Provides really nice traction on the blade, on the handle while you're holding it. This blade is beautiful. It's a really pretty Tanto. I love the polish they do on this, like stone washing. It looks really good to me. Uh, I like definitely this nice polish they get. It's kind of shiny, but it's still stone washed. Looks really good, consistent. Um, and they got like this kind of satin on this wedge up here, which is kind of cool. It's a little bit different than the actual grind, which is really nice detail. And then it's got this secondary edge here at the front, and then looks really good, nice and sharp. This flat part, this part's hollow ground here, and then out of the tip, it's flat ground out here. At least the primary edge out here gets really wide, and it's flat ground, but it's hollow ground pretty much the whole way out, which is really nice. You definitely get a thin edge on there. Definitely a really good looking knife. This is my favorite looking knife of the Chris Reeve knives, I think. I definitely like the look of it. And it fits my hand the best out of all of them too. This one is broken in really well. You can definitely flick it open, as you can see there with your thumb. This particular one, completely solid. These things have bank vault lockup, absolutely completely solid. You're not going to feel any wiggle on these pivots. They're completely, really stable pivots. This is a hard use knife, as most Chris Reeve knives are. They're also very expensive. These being made in Idaho, and they use really nice materials. This one is S45 EN steel blade with titanium handles, and really nice. It's got the phosphor washers inside, so really good stable stuff. Big washers, so it'll keep it. Shouldn't gum up at all while you're using it in the dirt or anything. Really good knife. This one's full size, big knife. You can really get a full grip on it. So you can see there, feels really good. Good lock in. This particular one has these O-rings on the thumb studs. Makes it really easy to open and close. Definitely no problem there. Feels really good. And you can definitely flick it open. These are usually meant to be wheeled out, which also feels good. Or you can flick it out because this one's broken in well enough to be able to do that with, which is really cool. Really just a great feel in the hand. Nice contours, or nice chamfers on the edges, not contoured, but it's got these nice chamfers on the edges. Feel really good. I like the fact that it sticks out here. This the lock bar kind of sticks out, so you can easily disengage it from the side. It's really easy to push over because Chris Reeve knives have like a lot of tension. There's a lot of tension holding the bar over on the frame lock, but the Zaan, which is what they call it, it's the Umnumzaan, it's the Zaan. People like to call it the Zaan. It has this kind of like flare out where you can push it over really easily. I really like that design that they did that with this one. It makes it really easy to disengage it, and I happen to really like that, especially because there's so much tension on there. There's some jimping up here. Feels good. Right where your thumb lands. It's like perfectly placed jimping. It feels really great. And then the top of the blade is like, has these nice rounded edges. Nothing sharp at all except the cutting edge, of course. I mean, it really overall very nice design. And I like the straightforward look of it as well. It's very streamlined. And it just looks really good to me. So, really cool. They have this here. This is a thing. I think this is meant to be like a glass breaker, maybe. Not sure exactly, but I think it's a glass breaker is why they did that, which is kind of cool. I mean, it doesn't, take away anything or add anything that I would ever use, but it's pretty cool to have it on there. It's got the lock or the over travel stop here. Don't think it does not have a lock bar insert, just like most of these high-end American-made knives are usually. They don't, but it has an interesting detent system that they use, or I guess it's a lock-up system. It has like a ceramic ball that locks up with the blade, which is kind of cool. Um, it's got two standoffs here. No backspacer, just two standoffs, which is pretty good. Nothing to complain about there. This is not Torx. It's hex construction, so these are hex bit screws, which is a little bit weird. Not something I'm usually used to using, but it's all right. I mean, as long as you have the right, bits for that, then you'll be fine. But overall, I really enjoyed this knife. I've used it a bit. I mean, I've gotten some scratches on that secondary bevel there, and definitely on the cutting edge as well. But it's held up really great, no problems at all, and it's just a beautiful blade. Absolutely really good looking. Let's do some size comparisons here because this is a very large knife. Let's compare it to some other USA made knives in this right price range. So we got the these are high end American. So this is the McNeese Mac 2.0 or the Mac 2 3.5 inch. That's what it is. And then this is the full USA Demco MG 8020 here from Demco Knives, and this has some really nice OG Goat titanium scales. So this is like completely upgraded, really good. Love this thing. So as you can see here, it's a full-size knife, definitely large. Of course, the Demco is really big because it's a massive chunk of a knife, but you can see it's definitely bigger than the Mac 2. Also compare it to some other smaller knives. Compare it to the Benchmade Bug Out, as you can see here, also USA made, and the QSP Penguin, which is not USA made. As you see there, those are a little bit smaller. So you can see it's definitely bigger than those. And compare it to a couple more. Hang on. Compare it to the ZT308. So as you can see there, it's maybe a little bit smaller than 308, and Benchmade full-size Adamas. As you can see there, not quite as big as that. So it is a large knife. I wouldn't say it's a massive knife though. Definitely easier to carry than these other massive ones because of how not tall it is. I mean, it's definitely not as tall as an Adamas is. You can see it's going to be a little bit easier to carry than that knife. A little bit easier to carry than a lot of ZT knives as well. But it's a really good, compact, full-size design. I like that you get a lot of blade while also being able to fit it inside this nice kind of compact area. It's really well done. Good design. So I highly recommend the Umnumzaan. It's a great knife. They definitely have to break in. I mean, you can't just get one and expect it to be really smooth and able to be flicked open. I mean, this is after many, many, many flicks to get it to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to get to do that out of the box at all. But I highly recommend getting one of these, especially if you get one used, then you won't be afraid to use it as much. At least that's the way I see it. And they're great. This is a great user knife. Absolutely amazing. This pocket clip, the aftermarket clip, it taps when the lock bar is engaged because it sits on top of that lock bar, which I think is a little bit weird. But of course, when it's closed, there's no sounds at all. So a little bit weird there, but not too bad. And of course, the regular clip wouldn't have that issue. But overall, really nice design. I like this knife a lot. It's definitely my favorite Chris Reeve knife. It's a little bit of a different feel, and I like this knife. So really good design. Let me know what you guys think. And that's it for this one. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and have a great day. Bye.